All right.
Well, I tell you,
Long night last night.
it's been just dude, I've been up 24 hours.
Yeah, you have.
24 hours. Pulling Dwayne Wade. I was taking one for the team. As they say, last night I had to handle the duff. Yeah.
But you came out okay.
I went hogging and came out unscathed.
Oh man, so
Praise God.
A player near and dear to your heart, James.
Who's that?
Ricky Rubio.
Scrub. Ricky Rubio is a scrub.
Ricky Rubio has finally decided he's going to bring his talents to the United States and play for the Timberwolves.
Okay.
I guess there was confusion that he said he was going to play, and then after he won like the EuroLeague championship with Barcelona, he was like, "This is a great team," and we're talking to them. So people were like, "Is he signing with the Wolves or is he going back to Europe?"
Yeah, what he meant was, since I just won y'all a championship, let's lower this buyout.
Right.
That's what he was talking about.
So, what do you think is going to happen when Ricky Rubio gets to the league?
I mean, I'm excited to see what he's going to do. I mean, Ricky Rubio is bringing his Brett Lockett-esque stats to the Minnesota Timberwolves. I look at Ricky Rubio, and I don't see anything that screams superstar. I don't see anything that screams all-star. I see Marco Yarrick without a jump shot.
That's not much.
Exactly. That's not saying much.
So that means he's gonna have a bad little something on his hip when he gets here, huh?
I mean, and that's winning. Because at the end of the day, it's about money and it's about women. Look at Brett Lockett. It's about money and women at the end of the day.
Yes, sir. I mean, because the thing is, when you look at these numbers, they're very pedestrian.
They're pedestrian, but most European players are.
Yes.
Most European players are.
Brandon Jennings didn't have great numbers when he was over there.
Great numbers, but I just looking at Ricky Rubio, he can't shoot.
That's gonna be a problem.
He's a bigger point guard, but he's not a stronger point guard. Like, he's 6'5", but he's frail.
Mm-hmm.
So he's not going to be able to dominate you with his size. Maybe his length will bother some point guards in the NBA, but I don't see the lateral quickness to where he can stay in front of a Derrick Rose. Well, I'm not saying that anybody can,
right? But
I think he's going to have trouble adjusting to guarding those guys on a night in and night out.
Derrick Rose is drooling.
Yeah.
Really?
If you are, Johnny Flynn should be drooling. Because I'm going to get you in practice and I'm going to bust your ass. and he's going to go at him. Johnny Flynn will, if they don't trade Johnny Flynn, Johnny Flynn will have a great year next year because he is now motivated.
Yeah.
Because it's like, okay, y'all are building up Rubio. I'm going at him every day. Game 7 style. So this could work out great for Minnesota because now Johnny Flynn's going to be better.
Well, here's the problem with Minnesota. And I've said this before. I think that Minnesota should be a better team than what they are. I just think that they have the wrong system and the wrong coach. When you have a player like Michael Beasley, you have a player like Kevin Love, what the hell? And a point guard like Johnny Flynn, the hell you doing running the triangle? You know what I'm saying? It's but then they also say that Ricky Rubio is the perfect fit for the triangle. No, he's not.
He can't shoot.
The triangle point guard need to be able to drop, knock down an open jumper.
I mean, from what I've seen from Ricky Rubio, his strengths are getting him in the open court.
Yep.
And letting him make plays.
And creating.
And let him create, let him make plays. So that's the type of system that you want to put him in. Same system that you want to have Johnny Flynn in. You have a great rebounder and offensive talent in Kevin Love and Michael Beasley.
Mm-hmm.
You want to open up the floor. You have young guys, athletic guys. You got Anthony Randolph.
Mm-hmm.
Like young athletic guys. Get up and down and run the floor. I don't think Kurt Rambis is going to coach this team next year.
He needs to go. He
definitely does.
This is not even a question. Okay, let me put it to you like this. Do you know how many coaches would love to coach this team next year? I really, especially with Kevin Love doing what he did last year, 20 and 20 and all that stuff. There's a plenty of coaches who are like, all y'all need to do is this, and you might be in that 10-9 area. You know what I'm saying?
If you want Ricky Rubio to even have a chance to develop into something special, you have to get rid of Rambis because that triangle offense is going to
destroy him.
It's going to tie his hands.
Mm-hmm.
He won't have the freedom to create, and that, from what I've seen, that's the special part of his game.
Right,
is his ability to create for others.
Exactly,
and you really can't do that in the triangle.
Now, going on to another person that's near and dear to our hearts, Plaxico Burress.
Plaxico Burress.
Thank you very much.
A.K.A. the Naomi Campbell of Rikers Island. You hear him, man? He said, I was locked down with murderers, rapists, people that ain't never going home.
And he was like, and I had to think about it. Why am I here?
Why am I here? Exactly.
This man shot himself in the leg.
Well,
shot himself in the leg and got damn near 2 years in prison.
I'll tell you what. I look at this two ways. I feel bad for Plaxico because he shot himself, but at the same time, with as much gun violence that we have, you got to tighten up these gun laws, man, because that gun that he had that's unlicensed, another kid can have that unlicensed handgun and shoot a kid in the face and kill him. Mm-hmm. And we live in Chicago. We see that every day.
Yeah, every day,
an unlicensed handgun is killing some kid. So I understand why he went to jail for having an unlicensed handgun.
Okay, now I agree with you on that. It just feels going to jail, but it just feels like 2 years.
Well, yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It's a stiff penalty to pay, but at the same time, if
it's letting everybody know we ain't joking.
You should not be carrying a gun.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I felt bad for Plaxico because I'm a sports fan.
Mm-hmm.
If this was a regular guy, I wouldn't have gave a damn.
Right.
But I'm a sports fan. I like Plaxico.
Right.
And I didn't want to see the guy go to jail for shooting himself in the leg. But at the end of the day, I step back and I say it's not about him shooting himself in the leg. It's about the fact that he has an unlicensed handgun.
Right.
And like I said before, that unlicensed handgun can be in the hands of
anybody
of Boo G
mm-hmm.
on the block, and he put two or three in somebody he don't like. Now, you know what I'm saying? So now we lose somebody. So tighten the gun laws up, send them to jail, teach them, hey, if you have a gun, I don't care what you're doing or who you are, you're going to do some time. So
now Plaxico got met when he got out of prison. First guy that ran up to him and hugged him was his agent, Drew Rosenhaus.
Drew Rosenhaus right now is putting on a show.
He is putting on a show. He's putting on one hell of a show.
To Plaxico, he's trying to stay relevant.
Exactly. And I'm like, his wife and kids weren't there, but damn it, Drew was. Honestly, where do you think Plaxico's going to go, and how do you think he's going to fare next season, if there is a season?
From what I've been told by my sources,
okay,
ESPN,
right?
No, man, I mean, I don't know much. From what I'm hearing, it looks like it's a two-way race between the Jets and the Eagles.
Yeah,
I think those are the only two teams that he.
I mean, we know he's going to be with the team. We know he's going to play. He's going to play next year.
I mean, those are the two teams that I think it's going to come.
But how do you think he's going to do?
I mean, he's a 6'4" physical receiver that was never really known for breakaway speed. He's a possession guy. He's a red zone target. I think he'll be just fine. I think he can help
I think he can help any team.
I don't necessarily think he needs to go to the Jets because I don't think the Jets need him.
They might, depending on who they keep.
If you decide not to bring back Braylon Edwards, but I think Braylon Edwards has kind of priced himself down a bit with the drops and not coming up in the crunch time. If you have Braylon Edwards, Santonio Holmes, Jericho Cotchery, you don't need to go get Plaxico Burress. On the other hand, if you give Michael Vick a red zone target to go with Brent Selleck, Deshaun Jackson, and Jeremy Maclin, who are guys who can stretch the field, now you give him another possession guy.
Can be problems.
He can. I mean, hell, Michael Vick turned Brian Finneran into a pretty solid guy.
Yep.
He can.
That's before he became Michael Vick.
That's before he became a 62% passer.
Exactly. So yeah, Plax is going to be just fine. I just really wonder about this whole jumping into a man's arms and hugging him. That just threw me off, Drew.
Well, I mean, the thing is, you got to understand, Plax did 2 years, man, with no woman. And like I told you,
get out of here, man.
And like I told you before, 6'4", chocolate skin.
Hey, man.
Chocolate skin.
Terrelle Pryor.
That ripped body, those in-shaped legs.
The Terrelle Pryor.
He probably looked like Naomi Campbell walking up and down that prison yard.
Terrelle Pryor.
And he was coming and they was walking. They say, man, look at Lamar. and my man standing on top, Shorty!
Terrelle Pryor left Ohio State University. For some reason, people really believe that
Terrelle Pryor is a 6'4", tall drink of water. You think Plaxico was in there being a bottom?
Hey, man.
Hey, you really
no.
What Denzel say in Training Day? You ever been to the booty house? We got room for you down at the booty house. Them big boys in there make you grab your ankles.
Hey, man. So Terrelle Pryor leaves Ohio State University, getting a lot of heat. For everything that happened, Tressel being gone. What are your overall thoughts of this whole situation?
My first thought is Terrelle Pryor is not that good of a quarterback.
Okay.
So a position change is mandatory if he wants to play
I don't know why people really believe. I mean, what did you see? Like, everyone talking about he's a winner. Yeah, he's a winner. He won games, but did y'all watch him play football?
I'm not going to say he can't be a great quarterback. Okay, I'm going to say he can't
be a great quarterback.
He can't be a great quarterback.
I'm not going to say he can't play quarterback.
But you really have to break him down, and you have to really teach him, and you have to basically teach him how to be a quarterback. I think he has some athleticism. Look at a position change. I mean, you could try him out at quarterback. I don't think he's going to have a long career quarterback if you let him play quarterback.
Right.
I don't blame him for what happened at Ohio State.
Nope.
He's an athlete that took advantage of the perks.
Yep.
That comes with being an athlete. Was he smart about it? No, not at all. He wasn't smart about it, but he made the choices that he made.
Jim Tressel is the reason why Jim Tressel is not at Ohio State
Jim Tressel,
University.
But I mean, even with that type of stuff goes on at every university.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't blame Jim Tressel. Like I said, I looked at it like
I don't blame Jim Tressel. But the thing is that he's the reason. Like, it wasn't he didn't resign because Terrelle Pryor took something or traded something. He resigned because he lied about it as well.
He lied about it and he got caught. Terrelle Pryor was not the first person at Ohio State
to
accept any extra benefits, and he won't be the last.
Won't be the last.
My only issue with Terrelle Pryor right now, other than the fact that he's not a good quarterback, is if you are thanking somebody in a press conference that you have probably
apologizing
in a press conference that you have probably practiced 10 or 15 times in the mirror, please do not say, I want to send a special shout out. Fool, you are not calling the radio station. I want to shout out all my homies back. No.
I want to, take a special shout out to Jim Tressel.
You're like a father to me.
I was like, shout out. That's like, what?
Special shout out to my.
So what did that mean to you? That meant to me that was from the heart. That was, you could take that to the bank.
That was real.
That was real. That was not written.
That was
Terrelle talking. That was Terrelle talking.
Special shout out
and meaning it. One last.
I wish I would be somewhere. I want to send a special shout out to my mama. My mom would reach around the microphone and slap me in the mouth. Special shout out. I want to send a special shout out.
Hey, when we come back, we're going to talk about why you cannot tell Mark Cuban what to do with his money. Why you cannot tell Mark Cuban what to do with his money.
He's got plenty of it,
but you can't tell him what to do with it. When we come back, it's a booth with Big Ben and Jay Lee.
ChicagolandSportsRadio.com.